Member for Rustico Emerald.
Mr. Speaker, our tourism operators bring in a whopping $85 million in tax revenue. However, the Tourism PEI budget of $30 million includes $17 million for provincial golf courses, and the Department of Tourism collects $10 million in revenue. So really, the general Tourism PEI budget is a measly $3 million, or just 3.5% of the taxes our tourism operators generate. That's about the same as the credit card fees they pay, Mr. Speaker. When a single deal with the NHL increases the Tourism PEI marketing budget by almost 50%, it's crystal clear how little is being spent on the critical tourism industry by government. Question to the Minister of Finance. Why does the province of PEI spend so little to support our tourism operators and our tourism industry?
The Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Department of Tourism would put forward their priorities for the year. They would put forward their priorities and what their spends are for the year, and we would take a look at that and decide, whether that's a good spend or not. But really, truly, the department put forward their numbers, and they put forward a solid plan this year with some new initiatives in there that I think supports tourism industry and PEI, and we'll continue to do that moving forward. Thank you.
The member for Rustico Emerald.
Mr. Speaker, our tourism operators collect HST on behalf of government. When the customer pays by credit card, the business must pay credit card fees on that HST, anywhere from 1.5% to 3.5% per transaction. As more and more consumers use credit cards, the processor fees for collecting HST add up, adding up to hundreds of thousands in new costs for these businesses, all in service of government. Before the HST was harmonized over a decade ago, island businesses could get rebates on the credit card processing fees. Those were replaced with input tax credits that don't capture all of the extra costs incurred. Question to the Finance Minister. Has government ever looked at adjusting these tax credits to help address the surge in credit card processing fees businesses are being forced to swallow?
Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is something that I know came to caucus with a presentation through Restaurants Canada, and I think I was sorry I missed it. I had a conflict, but I got the briefing on it, and this is kind of new information to me right now as I sit here, so I will take it back and take a look and see if we can do some analysis on that.
The member for Rustico Emerald.
So, Mr. Speaker, restaurants and other food service businesses are unique because they incur all the costs other businesses do, but they can't fully claim all the credits because food makes up so much of their expenses. Mr. Speaker, we have a thriving restaurant sector in the province that contributes massively to our economy. The restaurant sector generates over $175 million on credit card sales and almost $20 million in provincial sales tax. Question to the Finance Minister. Would you commit to having government implement a rebate on the credit card processing fees paid to collect the provincial portion of the HST?
Minister of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll definitely commit to take this back and take a look at it and do some analysis. I mean, I think it's critical that we do support our businesses, and this just isn't restaurants and tourism. This, quite frankly, probably is all businesses that have to deal with this. So this is certainly something we can take a look at and come back with some options. Thanks.